Good day everyone, this is Cherex de la Cruz Mondia from 3rd year Bachelor in Secondary Education, major in Social Studies. And today, this video presentation is intended for the subject Assessment and Learning 1. And today, we're going to talk about a topic which is all about the TIMSS assessment. So, what is Trends in International Mathematics and Science Study, or TIMSS assessment? So, TIMSS assessment is a global evaluation conducted to measure the mathematics and science achievement of students in 4th and 8th grades. It is one of the most comprehensive and well-regarded international assessments, providing valuable insights into educational systems, teaching practices, and student learning outcomes worldwide. So basically, this TIMSS assessment is a global evaluation or assessment intended for 8th and 4th graders regarding to their proficiency in the subject science and mathematics. Also, data gathered through this assessment will serve as proof of how proficient and effective the education system of every country in the subject mathematics and science as well. It will talk about how effective their teaching methods, strategies, and their curriculum. So on screen, you can see the nations participated in the most recent TIMSS assessment, but sadly, Philippines did not participate in this evaluation. Let's proceed to the importance of TIMSS assessment. First is to assess proficiency of students in mathematics and science at grade 4 and grade 8 levels. So as what I have said earlier, this evaluation or assessment is for grade 8 and grade 4 for them to assess how proficient they are in terms of the subject, in terms of their knowledge in the subject of mathematics and science. Second, to monitor trends in achievement over time since its inception in the 1995, conducted every 4 years. So TIMSS was first conducted in 1995 and it is conducted every 4 years. So one of the importance of TIMSS assessment is that to monitor trends, to monitor the progress of the achievement of the students with regarding to science and mathematics. And lastly, to provide benchmark for comparing educational systems across participating countries. So as we all know, TIMSS assessment is participated by a lot of countries all around the world. And of course, every country has their own teaching strategies and curriculum. And through this assessment, we can say how or what is the strategy is the most effective regarding the achievement and the proficiency of students in the subject of mathematics and science. Now, what are the key features of TIMSS assessment? 1. Curriculum-based assessment. TIMSS evaluates what students are taught in their respective schools by focusing on the intended curriculum, national guidelines, the implemented curriculum, classroom instruction, and the attained curriculum or the student learning outcomes. As what I have said, of course, the result or the data gathered through this assessment will reflect on how the subjects science and mathematics are being taught in school based on the national curriculum. Also, how the teachers give their instructions, strategies, and methods in their classrooms, and also how the students perceive or receive these knowledges. Of course, the result being gathered here in this assessment will reflect on how the nation is focused on the subject mathematics and science. Number 2, domains assessment. So 2 domains are in this assessment are mathematics and science. So in mathematics, it focuses in the areas including numbers, algebra, measurement, geometry, and data statistics. While in science, topics include biology, chemistry, physics, earth sciences, and environmental sciences. Number 3, participating countries. So Over 70 countries and education systems take part representing diverse educational approaches and contexts. Earlier, I flashed the names of the countries participated in the most recent TIMSS assessment, and yeah, it's most of the time or most conducted TIMSS assessment was participated by over 70 countries. And also, these countries are representing their educational systems and approaches regarding the subject science and mathematics. Grade levels assessed. So earlier, I just told you that this assessment is intended for grade 4 and grade 8. So in grade 4, it measures foundational knowledge and early understanding of concepts. So basically in grade 4, it's more focused on the foundational knowledge, on their prior knowledge or their early knowledge regarding to the concepts and concepts of mathematics and science, while grade 8 focuses on the advanced topics and application of knowledge to solve problems. So in grade 8, there you can see how the students are more knowledgeable with regards to science and mathematics and how they apply and what are their advanced knowledge to the subjects. And lastly, additional questionnaires. So TIMSS also collects background data through questionnaires for students, teachers, school principals, and parents to understand factors influencing learning outcomes. Of course, there will always be surveys regarding to how mathematics and science are being taught in school. So now, let's proceed to the structure of TIMSS assessment. First is the multiple choice questions. Test students' factual knowledge and basic understanding. So of course, multiple choice questions or multiple choices are given to students in this assessment. It will test their factual knowledge and their basic understanding. Second is the constructed response questions. Requires students to explain, analyze, or solve complex problems. So in this constructed response, students are allowed to, of course, to explain what they understand regarding to the topic, also to analyze and problem solving, especially in math and science. Now, let's proceed to the goals of TIMSS assessment. First is educational comparison. It helps countries compare their students' performance with global standards, provide insights into the effectiveness of teaching methods and curricula. Of course, since TIMSS assessment is being participated of a lot of countries worldwide, some nations tend to compare their students' proficiency in math and science compared to the other nations and help them provide ways to make their students or make their nations globally competent. Also, data gathered here in TIMSS will reflect to their curriculum, and with that, if they can see ineffectiveness in their curriculum, they can have that initiative to revise or to change some parts of their curricula to make it more effective and proficient. Policy formation. Generate data to inform educational reforms and resource allocation. So of course, through TIMSS assessment, nations will be aware of what are the needs regarding to make their countries more proficient and effective to science and mathematics. So they will have this reform in terms of their educational systems and to allocate resource of what are being needed to make their nations more proficient and effective to the subject science and mathematics. Number 3, identify trends. So track improvement or decline in students' achievement over time. So through TIMS assessment, they can monitor the improvement in terms of the literacy and proficiency of their students regarding to the subjects of math and science. And also, through TIMSS assessment, they can further know what are the trends or what are the new ways and strategies regarding to how can make their students more proficient and effective regarding the subject science and mathematics. Now, let's proceed to the significance of TIMSS assessment. So TIMSS offers detailed insights into the achievement gap between different countries and regions, identifying strengths and weaknesses in educational systems. Of course, through the data gathered in the TIMSS evaluation or assessment, nations will know what are their weaknesses and strengths, and with that, they can know what are the learning gap among countries. And of course, through their data gathered, they will have that initiative on how to further improve their education system. What are the areas that should focus on, and what are the areas that they should remain or retain. Second, by correlating student performance with contextual factors, for example, teacher training, school resources, parental involvement, TIMSS highlights actionable steps for policymakers to improve education quality. This is what I've said earlier, that through the data gathered through TIMSS assessment, the lawmakers or policymakers in certain nations can have their own initiative on how to make their education system more effective. So, in conclusion, TIMSS plays a crucial role in understanding global educational achievements in mathematics and science, enabling countries to improve the quality and equity of education. Its data driven insights empower nations to enhance teaching practices and create better learning opportunities for students worldwide. So, in conclusion, it is really important for nations to, to have their initiative to join this kind of global evaluation or assessment so that they can know how effective their education system is, and also identify their weaknesses and strengths so that they can give more opportunities for their students worldwide. And then, of course, if there's something that they're lacking, they can have the initiative to improve on it and to make their students more proficient and to be more literate regarding to the subject of science and mathematics. That's all for this video, and I hope you learned something.